Hi, I'm Mike with woodshopmike.com, and today I'm going to show you how we transform this into this. We'll be replacing the existing overhead light with a new ceiling fan. We'll be stripping and staining the deck, repainting all the trim, and screening in all this area behind me.
Well, the first things first, let's get all that stuff off the deck. We use Behr's wood stain and finish stripper to remove the failing stain on our deck. Now what the instructions don't mention is that you should really shake the bottle first. So don't be like me and think you can just stir it up after the fact, because that's clearly not going to work. So back in the bottle it goes, and we're going to give it a good old shake. Yeah, that looks better. With a paint roller, I apply the product liberally to the deck and let it sit for at least 45 minutes before scrubbing. It is important to keep this product wet while you're working, and this stuff makes the deck super slippery, so be careful. The results after just using the finish stripper is really impressive. Next, I grabbed some of Behr's all-in-one wood cleaner. This product neutralizes any residual chemicals from the stripper and conditions the wood to accept new stain. I use the roller again to liberally apply the product. Then I scrub the deck after about 15 minutes. I need to cut a hole in this next panel so that way it'll fit around the fan box, so I grab my jigsaw and make quick work of it. Being able to hang the motor from the mounting plate made wiring so easy. I can't say enough good things about this Mill Valley fan by Hunter. It's really a great fan, and it's also very easy to install. We were able to have this thing up and running in about 15 minutes. Now what you don't see is Kathleen was putting together the fan blades, but regardless, it was a quick install. For our paint, we went with PPG's new Timeless line, and we really love it so far. This paint seems to be the perfect consistency. It's thick enough to give good coverage, but also thin enough so it applies very easily. The wall that our screen door is going to be installed in will butt up against this side of the house. Now, I decided to scribe and cut this stud to match the pattern of our vinyl, rather than cutting the vinyl for the stud to then be mounted directly against the wall. The bandsaw and jigsaw made pretty quick work of this step. So I first cross-cut little notches with the jigsaw, and then I went back with the bandsaw and just kind of connected the dots. To assemble this wall, I'm using 2.5-inch construction screws. With all the studs in place, I break out the multi-tool and cut away the base plate where the door will be installed. And once the wall is lifted into position, I use 2-inch construction screws to secure it in place. For staining our deck, we use PPG's transparent stain and Oxford Brown. This is an oil-based product that really soaks into the wood and is easy to apply. Not to mention, man, that color looks great. Now it's time to make some dust and start building the frames that will soon screen in our porch. I start by ripping 2x6s into 2x2s on the table saw. And over at the miter saw, I set up all of the pieces to be cut to final length. Real quick, I'd like to say a thank you to the sponsor of today's project. Without the support of the Home Depot, I wouldn't have been able to share this back porch renovation with you. So thank you very much to everyone at the Home Depot that made this project possible. Next up, I drill pocket holes into the end of every vertical member of these frames. I use 2.5-inch pocket hole screws to assemble the frames, and then check for square once each frame is assembled. After plugging all the holes, I grab my multi-tool and cut them all flush. And lastly, I run an 1/8-inch roundover on all of the edges to help with stretching the screen. Now with all the frames painted, I pre-drill and countersink several holes so that I can secure the frame without the risk of splitting the wood. Securing the screen is pretty straightforward. I just use a staple gun and work my way around the frame, gently stretching the material as I go. Pretty much if you've ever stretched a canvas, the process is the same. The last step is to just trim away the excess screen with a utility knife. Now let me tell you, the thought of that first screen falling and busting into 1,000 pieces was definitely going through my head before I ran the first screw in place. Thankfully though, that didn't happen. To secure these frames in place, I'm using 2.5-inch construction screws. You're probably picking up on a theme by now. The process here is pretty much the same as before. I start at the top and secure the screen with a few staples. I then gently stretch the material at the bottom, just enough to remove any wrinkles. Next I work from left to right and continue securing the screen. If you're enjoying this video so far, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, it'd be great to have you as part of the team. Thanks. So as you can see, I carry on screening each section in fairly manageable segments. I use my brad nailer with 3/4-inch brads to secure all the trim in place.
Well, I think we've just found our new family room. What do you think? It looks really good. I hope this project has inspired you to take on your own back porch restoration. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and until next time, have fun making something. Oh, you're still there. Awesome. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, I got another one queued up for you right here. And if you want other awesome content from me, check out those. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like and subscribe, and until next time, have fun making something.